welcome back to Ahead of the Curve. I'm your host, Dr. Megan Teed, and today I'm going to be talking about enjoying all things summer with scoliosis and spinal fusion. And this is a topic that my copywriters that I work with, they came up with this idea, and a couple of things in the description were saying, think twice about this, that, and the other. And it made me laugh because I do feel like most people think, oh my gosh, there's so many things that I need to restrict in my life because I have scoliosis or I've had a spinal fusion. So, have you been told by your doctor or maybe Dr. Google, maybe family friend, family member, that because you have scoliosis or have had spinal fusion that you can't go tubing, you can't go jet skiing, you can't ride a roller coaster because it's going to hurt your spine, especially if you have a fusion. And those are misconceptions that you have to be careful with all of those things, even rollerblading. Um, but if you think about it, your doctor or your surgeon didn't tell you that you can't ever play volleyball or do gymnastics where you're tumbling, or maybe they did. But I want you to understand that the impact that you experience with those type of things, those types of sports are very similar to what you would experience if you're riding a roller coaster or jet skiing, things like that. So I do want to talk about things that I encourage you to try out this summer with scoliosis, with spinal fusion. And the first one is hiking. And now that it's warming up, depending on where you live, you have this opportunity to spend more time outdoors. And movement is one of the best things that you can do for your scoliosis, for your spinal fusion. And going on hikes, carrying a heavy pack can be really helpful to build up some strength and endurance. And additionally, walking up hills and against that resistance of the ground force, it gets your heart rate up. You're working all sorts of muscles within your legs, and it can be really powerful to build some strength while doing something that you really enjoy, and that is a lot of fun. The next thing that I encourage you to try to do is to go on more walks, all scattered throughout the day. So because it's nice out, I mean, where I live, I feel like I have a little bit of an excuse to not take midday walks, especially longer ones, because it is getting so hot. Today it's like 94 degrees here in Bluffton, South Carolina. But in the mornings and the evenings, it's a really great time to start your day, go for a walk, finish your day. You're getting that sunlight. So it's really important to get direct sunlight for 20 minutes in the mornings before 11 o'clock in the morning. So making sure that you're getting outdoors and getting that fresh air. It's good for your nervous system. It's just good for your mindset. And then at the end of the day, maybe after you've eaten your dinner, taking another walk while the sun is setting, going down. It's not quite as hot. If you live somewhere like me, if you live somewhere that is really, really beautiful this time of year, like up in the Northwest or anywhere that might not quite be as hot as it is here, doing another walk midday for about 20 minutes after lunch or like on your lunch break at work. It can be really beneficial for your mind and your body. And the next activity is swimming and even just being in the pool. And I'm going to get a little bit more detailed on this topic in several weeks, maybe a month, where I talk about specific water activities that you can do in the pool that are helpful for your scoliosis. But, you know, swimming obviously is recommended quite often for people with scoliosis as a blanket suggestion to remain active and do something beneficial for your curve. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that your curve is going to improve by doing swimming. But being active and being in the water is a great thing. Like moving your body is wonderful for your scoliosis. And it does build some cardiovascular strength, which is really wonderful as well. And when you're just chilling in the pool, I'll have to link this. So a few years ago, my husband and I got these pool floats from Amazon, and it's like a floating hammock almost. It has on each end, it's a inflatable pillow or cushion, and it's all waterproof stuff. And then in the middle of it, it's this nice netting. So there's, I think, 6 different ways that you can sit on these things, but one of the ways that you can use it is have it wrapped around your back, like the netting part that you would normally sit in, and then the little inflatable portions under your armpits. I'm demonstrating this if you're listening to me. Hopefully you can picture what I'm talking about. And if you are in the deep end, it's a nice way to get some traction and elongation for your spine, just letting your legs dangle. And like, it's like using a pool noodle and having that under your arms to keep you inflated. I just like that there's all these different ways that I can use it, and I don't have to be in one position for too terribly long at a time. I can keep switching it up, and I can sit on it if I want to. I can lay on it if I don't care about my hair getting wet. And they're very cheap. They're less than $20. So we kind of started a trend in our neighborhood with these pool floats. We saw them. I think we saw them for the first time at my husband's. He was my boyfriend at the time. His pool on Hilton Head, somebody had them there, and we're like, where did you get those things? And then we got these, and everybody at our pool was like, where did you get those things? And now everybody has them. So we may have just like gone beyond this trend where you already know what I'm talking about, and it's not that big of a deal. But I recommend, if you spend some time in the pool in the summer, getting one of those and seeing what I'm talking about as far as how awesome they are. The next outdoor activity I recommend doing in the summer is anything that you want to do. I just want to circle back to the fear-based thing of don't do this, that, and the other. Anything that you want to do for your scoliosis or want to do over the summer out in the water, riding roller coasters, enjoying your life, please do it and don't live in fear that you're going to harm yourself. With that said, if you are already having a severe amount of baseline pain that is unusual or out of the ordinary, probably riding a roller coaster or a jet ski is not going to help your situation that much. But I think that you are intelligent enough to figure that out on your own. So, if you're having a pain flare up, you likely want to try something more gentle to care for your body and have some fun in the sun. One activity that I forgot to mention that I want to mention is stand up paddleboarding. And stand up paddleboarding is such a cool activity to be able to do, because it works on total body strength, it works on your balance, it works on your stability, and you're equally paddling on each side to propel yourself forward. Um, it's a similar thing with kayaking. Yeah, you're using a little core stability depending on how rough the water is that you're paddling in. But stand-up paddleboarding is pretty awesome. So if you have access to water and can rent those, I recommend giving that a try. But yeah, that is all I have for this episode. So again, going hiking, walking, hanging out, floating in the pool, stand up paddleboarding. Those are some of my suggestions to give a try this summer. And just remind yourself that you are capable of doing anything that you want to do, and you're not going to damage or harm yourself by trying something new that is higher impact. Our bodies were created to withstand a lot of forces, and you're not going to fall apart if you give those a try. That's all I have for today. Until next time, stay well and stay ahead of the curve.